Hey guys, just remember, whenever you're solving problems, always make sure you identify what you're given, what you're trying to find, and what your solution is. Okay? By making sure that you know those three things, you can figure out just about any problem in the world.
Okay, so now that you know the keywords, we can convert a sentence to an equation. Alright, so just wants us to write as an equation. First one, 65%. Alright, well 65% as a decimal, we know we have to move it over two places. So 1, 2, it's going to be 0.65. Of means times, and then some number we can give just a letter, so we'll call it x. So we have 65% times x. So 0.65 times x. Alright? And we actually don't even need that little dot there. Just 0.65x will work. Alright? 8 more than 10% of a number. Alright? Well, whenever we see the word than, that's going to flip our equation around. So we flip whenever it says than. So this is going to come first. 10% of a number. Well, 10% as a decimal is going to be 0.1. Right, so we get 0.10 or 0.1. Either way is fine. Of a number, of means times. So times a number, we could say times x. And we're adding 8 to that because it's 8 more than. So 8 more than 10, 0.10 times x. So 0.10x plus 8 is what they want. Okay. 6 less than a number. Alright, we have than again, so we have to flip it. So less than, that's going to tell us to flip the equation. So the number is going to come first. We call it x. Less than means subtract 6. So x minus 6. Next one we have less than again. So that tells us to flip. Since it's less than, that means we're subtracting. So the second part of this is coming first. The difference of two numbers. So the difference of two numbers. Doesn't matter what we call them. We can call them A and B, X and Y, whatever you want. We'll just call them A and B. So the difference of A and B, and then we have one less than that, so we're going to minus 1. Alright, and then the last one of these, the quotient of a number plus 6 and 4. Alright, well quotient means divide, but a number plus 6, that's going together. So we have the quotient, means divide, a number plus 6, so we could say x plus 6 and 4. Alright, so divided by 4. And that's what it wants for that one. Now we're going to do some word problems. Alright, first word problem. The degree measures of a triangle are consecutive integers. Consecutive mean in a row. Alright? So that's what we need to know first. In a row. So for example, something like 2, 3, and 4. So the degree measures of a triangle are consecutive integers. Find each angle. So best to always draw a picture for these. So we draw a picture of a triangle. It's got 3 different angles. And we know from geometry the angles add up to 180 degrees. So total is 180 degrees. Now, since there are 3 consecutive integers, we can call our lowest angle x. And since they're in a row, we know the next biggest angle is going to be x and 1 more, so x plus 1. And one more than that is x plus 2. So x plus 2. And then we can build an equation out of that. We have 180 degrees equals the sum of these three triangles. So we have 180 equals x plus 1 plus x plus 2. So we add like terms. We have x, x, and x. That's 3x. So 180 equals 3x plus 1 plus 2 is plus 3 again. So to solve this, we just minus 3 first. 177 equals 3x. And then last step, divide by 3. We know 18 divided by 3 is 6, so this is going to be 60 minus 1 is 59. X equals 59. But that only tells us one of the measures of the angles. We have to find each of them. Alright, so if the lowest one is 59, we know the next one's going to be 60, and then 61. So the 3 degrees of the triangle are 59, 60, and 61. And those all add up to 180. So they have to be our answer. Okay, next problem. Test scores of class are 93, 89, 72, 80, and 96. What is the score of the sixth test? So there's one more of these. If the average is 88. So first we need to know how to find an average. The average is just the sum of all of the scores. We don't know what the sixth one is, but that's how we're going to start our equation. The sum of all the scores, sum means add, so we add all these up. 93 plus 89 plus 72 plus 80 plus 96. But we don't know the sixth score, so we're just going to call it x. And to find the average, we divide this by how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we divide this by 6. And that gives us the average. Well, we're looking for the average of 88. So equals 88. And then this is just like solving any other problem. Since there's a fraction bar, we know everything in the top is in parentheses. So we can add all these like terms up in here. And at the same time, since we're dividing by 6 and solving for x, we need to multiply by 6 to get rid of it. So multiply both sides by 6. So those all end up canceling out. If we add all these up, we get 430. So we get 430 from those guys. Plus x equals, now our 6 is canceled, so those are gone from this side. And we have 88 times 6, which is 528. Last step, just minus 430 from both sides. After you do that, you get x equals 98%. So that's what that last kid had to get on his test for the average to be an 88. And the last problem. Find two consecutive even integers such that 2 times the first plus 3 times the second is 76. So first thing, we're going to have to figure out what our integers kind of look like. Alright, so we have 2 consecutive even integers. Well, consecutive means in a row. And they're both even. So 2 even numbers in a row, for example, 2 and 4 are consecutive even integers. But obviously those are not what add up to 76. So, next part. 2 times the first plus 3 times the second is 76. All right, well, we know our two numbers. We can call one of them x, and we know if they're even, they're 2 apart from each other. So we have the second one is x plus 2. So the first number is x, the second number is x plus 2. We know 2 times the first, okay, so 2, we can call this the first number, and this is second. 2 times the first, so 2 times x plus 3 times the second, and the second is all of x plus 2. And the sum gives you 76. So now we have an equation to solve. First thing we always do when solving an equation is distribute, if we can. So that's going to go to both. So we get 2x plus 3x plus 3 times 2, 6 equals 76. Add like terms. That's 5x plus 6 equals 76. Next, we can minus 6. Since the 5 is with the x, we can't do that right now, so we have to minus the 6 first. Just minusing 6. So we get 5x equals, because these cancel, 5x equals 70. 5x equals 70. Last step, just divide by 5. So that's going to tell us x. That's our first number. So we know x equals 70 divided by 5 is 14. So that's our first number. That means our second number, x plus 2, is 16. So here are our two consecutive integers. Consecutive even integers. And that's it for today.